If you're in the market for a reliable USB-C cable, you've probably seen the Baseus Cafule USB-C cable pop up everywhere. It promises durability, speed, and that extra length we all crave. But here's what surprised me. Despite the rave reviews and fancy braided design, this cable isn't all sunshine and rainbows. In fact, there are some hidden issues that might make you think twice before hitting that buy button. What exactly goes wrong with this seemingly perfect 6-foot cable? Stick around because I'm digging deep into these problems so you don't waste your hard-earned money. At first glance, the Baseus Cafule USB-C cable ticks most boxes. It's 2 meters long, reinforced with zinc alloy connectors and high-density braided wire, and boasts a current output of 2 amps. Sounds like a techie's dream, right? But hang on, length and materials don't always guarantee performance or longevity. By the time we're done, you'll know if this cable is truly worth your $20.71 or just a clever marketing trap disguised as a lifesaver. Let's be clear, the Baseus Cafule isn't a terrible product. It has a strong 4.7-star rating on Amazon and thousands of satisfied users. But every rose has its thorn. If you've ever been frustrated by cables that start fraying or deliver less than promised charging speeds, then you're in the right place. I'm about to unravel the good, the bad, and the downright frustrating aspects of this cable. So, is the Baseus Cafule the cable you've been waiting for, or the one you better avoid? I promise, by the end of this, you'll have a clear answer, plus some unexpected laughs along the way. Let's dive into the build quality first because that's where many Amazon reviews get blurry. Baseus markets this cable as made with zinc alloy connectors and a high-density braided wire shell covered by TPE for extra flexibility. The Velcro strap included is a nice touch for keeping things tidy, especially if you're like me and your cables multiply like rabbits in a drawer. But here's the catch. While the materials feel sturdy out of the box, the zinc alloy connectors tend to chip or peel after just a few months of use, especially if you frequently plug and unplug your devices. I found that the finish can wear off quickly, leaving a rough surface that might even scrape your device's ports over time. Now about the cable itself. The braided jacket is tough and resists tangling, which is a blessing compared to standard rubber cables. But it's a bit stiffer than I expected, and that can be a bug or a feature depending on your use case. If you're someone who needs a cable for on-the-go charging in tight spaces, the stiffness might be annoying. Think about threading this 2-meter cable through a cramped car charger or around your cluttered desk. Bending it too much could stress the inner wires. A softer, more flexible cable might outperform it there. Charging speed and data transfer tops the most important parts for me because the cable's primary purpose is to power your devices efficiently. The Baseus Cafule claims a 2-amp output, which is solid but not exceptional by today's USB-C fast charging standards. In testing, I noticed that it reliably charges most smartphones and tablets at a decent speed. But if you're charging a laptop or devices that demand higher wattage, the cable struggles. It simply doesn't support higher current loads, so your charging times could feel sluggish compared to premium cables designed for 60W or more. Think of this cable as the tortoise of charging, not the flashiest, but it does eventually get you there. On the data side, unfortunately, the specifications are vague. Baseus doesn't explicitly state the data transfer rate on the Amazon page, and independent user tests show mixed results. For casual users who only charge their phones or sync a few files now and then, the Baseus Cafule is fine. But if you need rapid file transfer for large video files or backups, you'll be disappointed. It's not a true USB 3.1 or Thunderbolt cable, so speeds hover around USB 2.0 levels, which means slow, slow, slow. One of the most persistent complaints I found from real users is that despite its promise of durability, the cable sometimes develops internal faults midway through the 2-meter stretch. That can cause intermittent charging or disconnections when the cable is moved or bent. This is the kind of silent problem that frustrates users because it's random and hard to diagnose. You won't know it's the cable until you've wasted time troubleshooting your devices. Think of it like that friend who promises to show up on time but ghosts you at the last minute, unreliable and annoying. This leads me to the cable's construction consistency. Some reviews praise its build and longevity, while others report early failures. This variability suggests quality control isn't as tight as it should be. It seems like a hit-or-miss purchase, which is risky when you're buying cables that can affect your device's health. So, who exactly should consider the Baseus Cafule? If you want a budget-friendly, fairly durable cable for basic charging or occasional data syncing, this cable could be a good match. It's especially useful in home or office setups where the cable won't be abused by constant bending or rough handling. But if you're a power user who needs fast charging for high-wattage devices, a flexible and robust cable for travel or daily wear, or high-speed data transfer, you might want to look elsewhere. Now, let me share a little story to bring this all to life. Picture me walking into my coffee shop, ready to work and fully confident that my Baseus Cafule cable would be the hero of the day. I plug into the cafe's power outlet, stretch out the 6-foot length to reach my laptop, and start typing away. But suddenly, my laptop begins disconnecting and reconnecting from charging like it's got a mind of its own. It was like my cable was playing peekaboo with power. After some careful bending and twisting, I realized the cable had a loose internal wire at the halfway point. This moment turned from "yay, productivity" to "why did I even buy this?" Faster than it takes to say USB-C. And here's another thing you might not expect. The Velcro strap is great if you want to keep the cable neat, but I found it clogs up in a weird way after a month. Those little hooks grab onto the braided wire like a family reunion gone wrong. After persistent tugging, my cable's outer sheath started to fray near where the strap usually wraps, weakening the whole length. So careful with that neat little accessory. It's both a blessing and a curse. On a lighter note, did you know USB-C cables are like socks? They mysteriously vanish when you need them most. So if this Baseus cable does survive your power struggles and stiff bends, at least you'll have a cable that's hard to lose thanks to that bright, stitching-hit color design. It's easier to spot in your bag than the usual black cables lurking like ninjas. Before we wrap up, a quick joke to brighten your day. Why did the USB-C cable break up with the charger? Because it found the connection was too one-sided. All right, tech jokes aside, let's bring this home. To summarize, the Baseus Cafule USB-C cable is a mixed bag. Its materials and length are definite pluses, making charging more convenient at a reasonable price. The braided wire and zinc alloy build feels solid initially, and the included Velcro strap helps manage the cable mess. But the cable falls short in key areas: charge speed limitations, questionable durability due to possible connector wear and internal faults, stiffness, and inconsistent data transfer speeds. The variability in user experience points to possible quality control issues that might make this cable a gamble. That said, if your needs don't call for the fastest charge or the most flexible cable, and you want something better looking and longer than your average USB-C wire, the Baseus Cafule can still serve you well. Sometimes the best cable isn't the most high-tech. It's the one that balances price and performance just enough to keep your devices powered without breaking the bank. By the way, if you decide to take the plunge, make sure to check the current price on Amazon because it changes rapidly. I've included the latest link in the description for your convenience. Trust me, snapping up a deal at the right time makes all the difference with accessories like these. And because no review is complete without a final joke, how many software engineers does it take to change a USB-C cable? None. It's a hardware problem. All right, thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive. If you found this honest review helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more no-nonsense tech insights. And remember, buying the right cable can save you from future headaches. After all, your devices deserve the best connection you can give. So, should you buy the Baseus Cafule USB-C cable? If you want dependable length and decent materials for daily charging without breaking the bank, go for it. But if you need speed, flexibility, and rock-solid durability, consider other options first. Either way, happy charging, and may your cables never tangle or fail.